So instead of putting chalk in your hands and then doing the set, whether you do deadlifts, bent over rows, or chin ups, you just put a little chalk where you want to put your hands, and then it should be good for a bunch of sets. And I'm doing the neutral grip. I recommend doing supinated grip, but my wrist is totally messed up. Well, it's not that bad, but I can't supinate it properly without stretching out something, and then it just kills. And so the neutral grip's the only comfortable thing for me. But the supinated grip's the best because it trains the it trains the biceps the most. And so the whole workout is just, you just get 50 reps. And I skipped a few of the reps because these sets take forever. And I had to mute it too because I'm such a freaking unit that when I'm swinging on that chin up bar there, the whole rack's rocking around and it's making a huge ruckus. You got to get some gym shoes like that, while you're styling and profiling. Nobody will say anything. At the gym, that is. You can see my treasure trail there. It wasn't so bad. Basically, because I used a little bit of, a little creatine, if you know what I mean. And basically now, before I had a little bit of body hair, and now I'm like Chewbacca. So if it's a problem for you, then that's another thing you got to consider, is that you're going to have to shave. But shaving body hair that's some silly Billy stuff. All right. Yeah, post chin up, pump check. Oh, I just walked up the stairs. Okay, that's at least 29 inches around. That's the world's biggest tricep right there. Well, that one's even bigger. That's over 400 pounds, and that's how big my tricep is. Okay, so here we're going to make some pancakes, all right? And this used to be called Aunt Jemima's something, but I was super racist, okay? And so now it's called this, and I don't know how they come up with this name, but sure, here we go. All right, so I just eyeball it. Okay. All right. Okay, apparently it just wants to all stick on the bottom. That's probably good enough. All right, so basically a MANCAKE is just a giant pancake. All right, and all right, I need some. Next ingredient is cinnamon. Okay. All right, so we're back. I got my cinnamon open. Okay, so watch the cinnamon, not the camera. All right, so that's about as much as you want. Otherwise, it'll get way too spicy. All right, here you go. You want some milk? This is the best milk you can get. And they're not paying me to say that, although they should be. Because at one point I was drinking 4 of these a day. All right, now mixing this with one hand is going to be interesting. And so I just put in, since I eyeballed it, I don't know how much milk I'm going to need exactly. So, although I don't usually mix it up with this kind of spatula. So, all right, looks like I'm gonna need some more milk. All right, so you want it to be decently runny. And actually, while I'm mixing that, you want to be melting your butter. And so, I got it on like a medium-low heat. That's my, which one's my bacon from last night? Anyways, you don't want to skimp on the butter, so I'm gonna, okay, there we go. Because the mancake's all about butter, since I don't use syrup. Because pancake syrup's for pussies. And you definitely don't want to use that corn syrup stuff. That's got the simulated flavor. Because that's just going to turn you into a freaking fat ass. Okay, we'll be back in a minute. All right, maybe we got to turn this up a little bit. Okay. All right. Oh, something's on my screen. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so we're basically gonna have a pool there, and you can do this with olive oil too, and it actually tastes good. Right. Okay, so we got our thing right here. You know, if there's still some clumps in it, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be that fussy. You know, if you're eating for weightlifting, you're basically eating so much food that those little 2% or 5% details aren't really going to bother you, because you're probably going to be sick of eating anyways. Okay, so we're in the pan now, as you can tell. All right, this one's a little not flat too, so you get this bowl here, balance out a little bit. And as soon as I put that in, I go take my apple cider vinegar pills, because I wouldn't recommend drinking that unless you have a metal straw and then you instantly swallow it, because it'll melt your teeth. Okay. All right, so you want to get it to the right angle. All right, here we go. Don't watch the camera. Okay, here we go. Probably didn't think I was going to do it. All right, so this is the final product. All right. I don't know if I can pick it up, but you see it's covered up the whole plate. And if your pancake's not covering up the whole plate, at least the whole plate, then you're not doing it right, okay? And that's probably why you're still 113 pounds. Okay, so these are my squats. And I did these a little after lunch, because I don't like to do these early in the morning. The chin-ups and bench press, you can do those early in the morning, because they're not very taxing, and they don't require the same amount of focus as squats or deadlifts. Yes, I don't do a shitload of reps for warm-up. That's just a waste of energy. And this is 245. I pretty much always start with the 155 on the inside. And, you know, pretty soon, everybody's going to be wearing cowboy boots at the gym. At least for squats. So you make sure you pick up a pair before they're too expensive. That was $425. Here's $495. My knee wasn't feeling like total shit today, which is pretty good. And so when I use squats, it's about maybe 2 or 3 squat workouts out of the year, doing them 2 or 3 times a week. Although this past year, it's just 2 times a week. So, but 2 or 3 workouts a year, they don't feel like shit, and they actually feel good. Yeah, and I wanted to. It's normally 3 sets of 5, but I just wanted to do a set of 10, because I saw this guy that I follow on YouTube. He's got his channel's not all that big, and he did. He was at his school gym and he did 9 reps. So I figured, well, I got to do 10. That's how you got to think too. And that's I'm not a poor person. I'm just my clothes are customized for more ventilation, for more cooling. Okay, so today, bacon yet again. It's probably the most it's probably the most nutritionally dense food on the market. Let's see, 18 grams of fat per 2 slices, 200 calories per 2 slices. That's pretty calorie dense. And we're actually making pasta today. But this is part of the pasta dish. You're thinking pasta and bacon. Bacon you associate it with like rednecks and stuff. But actually, this is an ancient Italian recipe that's been in my family for at least 500 years. Yeah. There's ancient scrolls where with messages between my ancestors and my grandfathers and whatever, and they're talking about this specific recipe. Okay, so I'm gonna open this up here, and so what you got to do is get your bacon. See, the pan's heating up. This is electric, so it's fucking slow as hell. All right, I don't know how many I'm gonna need exactly. We'll just take this many. Eyeballing, every good chef just eyeballs it. Okay, measurements are for pussies. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Here, you see this right here? This is Japanese steel. Okay, Kurodori. Chad, you know what that means?
No.
It means Japanese knife. Okay. I'm fluent in Japanese. I was taught by the masters in Japan. All right. So, you don't want to get too many dishes dirty, so you just cut the bacon on this plastic, which is probably clean. There probably wasn't any like fucking junkies touching it. I think at Sobeys. So you get that and going in there. You want pieces about that big. I think the original recipe has smaller pieces, but don't be fussy because that's if you're gonna be stuffing your face, as every person that's huge that has muscle has to do, then you're eventually not really gonna care too much. Like me. All right, we're almost there. We'll have slightly bigger ones for these guys. They'll probably break apart in the pan a bit because they have to get dark, and then we put in the tomato sauce. All right. Okay, so I want to make sure that all you muggles know. Oh, there's some fucking schmutz in my water, Chad. I know how much salt to put in your water for your pasta. All right, we gotta. Oh, what the hell? What the fuck was that? Okay, whatever.
Why didn't you use the big pot?
No, this is big enough. All right. Yeah. Maybe a little more. Remember that salt thing that I said? Okay. I'm shaking my right hand when I'm supposed to be shaking. There we go. Anyways, so something like that. Bacon's coming along. It's sticking pretty good too. You see that? Give me some light. Passata. Okay. Italian tomatoes. You gotta be Italian. Every other tomato sucks. I don't know. You make a tomato in your garden, you gonna tell me it's good? If it's not Italian seeds, it's no good. And anyways, pour it in, I guess. I don't know. I'm pretty hungry today, so I want to make sure. I'll save a little bit for next time. Yeah. So.
Are you doing like 300 grams?
No, I'm not doing 300. I'm doing 900. 300, that's like, if you're on a diet, yeah. 300. Okay, so, there's a lot of the oil in there will eventually mix with my tomato sauce. And this is just going to simmer for a bit. Or it'll simmer for a bit, and then I'll put some seasoning on there, yeah. Oh shit. Let's see. Put lots of pepper in there. Like that. And you don't have to have it simmering too hard because it's already super thick. If you got some stewed tomatoes, you probably want to reduce that a little bit. But this is pretty much right. You just got to heat up the tomato sauce. Okay. And hopefully my water boils sometime this century. Okay. So the water's boiling. You gotta measure your pasta. Okay. So obviously, you know, let's just say, I'm gonna be a nice guy. Let's just say you're not that, you're not the brightest bulb in the box. Okay. Not the brightest bulb in the shed. Okay. So it says 512 grams. So I want about 250, but you know, I only like to work with, let's say, multiples of 50. So I'm just gonna round it down to, I'm just gonna make sure that when I put it back on the scale after I dump it in there, it's gonna say 250. Okay, I flipped before, but that's okay because any extra pasta that you get just goes right into the mussel. Okay, where are we at now? Okay, I need 72 more, and hopefully we don't overflow. 10 more. Perfect. Okay, and so you turn your water down a little bit, otherwise you're gonna have to like fucking blow on it all day, and you don't want to be doing that. That's, you know, that's some silly Billy stuff. All right, and then what I do? What are you doing, Chad? I tell you to turn the camera off?
I didn't turn it off.
Okay. So anyways, you just stir it once. And if you know, some people, they say you put oil in the water. They don't know what they're talking about. That's hipster. That's hipster bullshit, okay? I'm a master, okay? It's in my blood. My pasta, my thing's getting too hot. Okay, so it's 11 minutes to cook this penne. And to al dente. All right, and that's how you pronounce it. And if you pronounce it any other way, you're a freak. And you should be shot. Just kidding. I would never wish that on anybody. Okay, so if you don't want to use a strainer because you don't want to make any extra dishes, okay, then you just put it up against your plate like this. Okay, look at this. All right, so this makes it easier for your, you know, your domestic workers to do the dishes because huge people don't have time for that kind of stuff. Oh, I lost one. That's one gain down the drain. Okay. All right. So then you just gotta dump your sauce. Oh, just a minute. I gotta get this fork out of the way. Okay. Get my sauce here. Pour that in. Is the lighting decent here?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. You could dump the pasta into this saute pan and then mix that around, but this way works too. I mean, if any of you TLC executives are watching, then I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys should give me a show. All right, you just mix it up. That doesn't really look too good. You gotta put your hand on there. Holy, you better put your glove on. Okay, so I'm usually a little more aggressive than this, but they're all see what happened? Oh. I might eat that. Okay. All right. I'm gonna dump it on my plate now. Let's move over to the table here, Chad. This is where the special lighting is. Any other lighting doesn't really give my cooking masterpieces. It doesn't allow them. It doesn't give them the justice that they deserve. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. And I'm too lazy to, I don't even know if we have parm, but I don't really care. I don't really want to scrub my knuckles off just for a little bit of, like 2% extra flavor. So, all right, so this is dinner, but I gotta finish my milk too. And you know, normally I'd make fun of people that eat pasta or drink milk with pasta, but that's mostly just chocolate milk, okay? And you probably shouldn't drink chocolate milk because it's just loaded with sugar. And but this, you gotta at least drink one of these a day. All right, because you got a size deficit that you need to overcome. And this is the distilled water that I was telling you about. All right, you should probably pick some of this up. I've been doing this for about 5 days now. 5 days, and it's I feel like $1 million. Okay, so all right, well, here's the first bite coming up. Oh, that's fucking amazing. As usual. Try one bite.
I already ate.
You already ate?
Yeah, I had the same thing.
No, you know same thing. Not possible. I've had your cooking sucks. Try and teach him things, man. Gonna teach an old dog new tricks. What do you do? We'll wash it down some milk. Right from the Circle K. Strange things are afoot at the Circle K. That's what people said when I walked in the door. So you also want to get whole milk. You see, in Canada, it's called homo milk. I don't know why it's short for homogenized, but I mean homo milk. If people ask me what I'm drinking, I'm not going to say homo milk, if you know what I mean. Okay. So anyways, you get whole milk. Don't get 2%. Definitely don't get 1%. What are you, a freaking boomer that thinks to being healthy? It's like, I'll drink 1% milk, and then I'll eat 7 butter tarts. You know, it's like fat-free cookies or low-sugar cookies. You just eat twice as many. Okay, these freaking boomers. You know what I mean? Who needs them? Let's see how much I can fit in my mouth. I'm gonna do a world record. How many? I wonder who's put the most pieces of penne in their mouth. Well, from 1 fork full. Okay. Oh, I'm not even gonna be able to fit that many. Okay, well, just a minute. You know, I'm too used to chewing as soon as something goes in my mouth. So. Okay. I think that's all I'm gonna do. I like to enjoy my food. You don't want a bite, Chad?
Mm-mm.
You're lost. I don't know what to say. This is the best thing that's ever been made. You gotta do a truck talk. You know, I just popped in my head where I'm gonna be driving around doing errands. Or driving to the gym. Which is actually, that place you see me work out, but it's actually, it's out in the country somewhere. So, it's a secret. It's a secret. It's a secret. If people knew about it, it's just, I'm the only guy who knows about that place. Well, and there's me and another guy. But if there's other people new there, it would be packed. I know it doesn't look like much, but I mean, you got the equipment in there, state of the art. You want to try on one noodle, Chad?
Oh, the one from the floor.
You got that one from the floor?
No, I picked it up.
Yeah, you picked it up and ate it. See? Oh, hit my fucking lip. That's your fault. Okay, so I found something to talk about. my freaking sweet ass lift. Okay. As you saw, it was chin ups. So back and legs. Okay. And the legs got totally thrashed. Okay. Arms annihilated. Okay. What would you go out work out at a 10, Chad?
I wasn't there.
You wasn't there? You weren't there? Oh, yeah. But I mean, you believe me when I say these things, right? The forearm pump was fucking freaky. There's no other way to describe it. All right? And the lats got fucking, they got it the worst. Man, I could have jumped off a building and then I could have fucking flew like 5 miles away. I was like a flying squirrel this morning. Yeah, that's the truth. Oh, man. How many 500 pounders do you know that can do 15 chin-ups? Okay? Jeez. If anyone's watching this and don't believe me, it's perspective. We have, everything in around here is also gigantic. You ever see that episode of The Simpsons where they go to the giant store? That's where I shop.